Hello friends, my name is Rangana. Welcome back to my React video tutorial. So today's session I'm going to explain how to set up environment to develop a React project. Yeah, before start a React project, you may require to install a few things. First one is it's required to have Node.js installed in your machine. I have added the download links. You can go to their websites and download. The second thing is you need to install the Git CLI because in ReactJS we are using the boilerplate application, the sample application. So to clone that application, you need to have the Git CLI installed in your machine, and also you need to have installed Visual Studio Code. So let's go and install these things. Go to Google, and I am going to install the Visual Studio version. So I'm using a Windows machine, so I pick the Windows version and I'm installing the Visual Studio. I will add these links in the description in the video in the bottom. So it's done. Visual Studio installation is done. So it's good to install the required the extensions, Visual Studio's extensions. So going forward, it's easy to have this extension installed. So I will quickly install the required extensions, Visual Studio extension. So you can see these links in the below of this video in the description. Now I install the required extension. Now we need the Node.js latest version, so I am going to download the Node.js version. Yeah, it is done. So we'll check the Node.js version. See, you can see the correct version. Now you need to install the Git CLI. So I'm going to install this one also. Yeah, I am done with the all installations. So let's move to the presentation again. Yeah, after setup environments, to create a React app, it's very easy. So you need to follow this git command. So npx create React app space the application name you can type, but I recommend to use Typescript version. So therefore you need to run the second command, npx create React app, and then your application name, and then dash template Typescript. Then you can install you can clone the Typescript version of the boilerplate application. So let's go ahead and do that. So in here I will create a new folder called project. So I will open my terminal, and I will type the command, this command npx create React app space application name my app, then dash template as Typescript. Yeah, you can see now the React boilerplate app is getting cloned to your local machine. It will take some time. Yeah, friends, my React application, this boilerplate application got cloned into my machine. The TypeScript version of React boilerplate application now got cloned to my machine. So I'm going to check the file structure. So you can see my app is my application name. Inside this application you can see the node module folder, public folder, source folder, and the related other files are there. So I'm going to open this project using Visual Studio Code. I'm on my terminal, and I can type code dot, then you can open your project inside Visual Studio Code. I trust this. Yeah, let's check the folder structure of the boilerplate application. Let's go to from the top folder. The first one is node module folder. Inside this node module folder you can see there are hundred of packages, React packages. The required all packages are there in this boilerplate application. No need to install the everything one by one. All required packages are there, so you can easily use this in your projects. So normally some configurations are already wired in this React application. So for example, the bubble and webpack configuration already wired. So the React script also already configured. So this application you can start on the go. No need any configuration after cloning. After cloning, you can on the go, you can start your project. So to start your project, you need to open your terminal. Then you can run npm. You can run npm start command. Yeah, after running the npm start command, your application will automatically open in 3000 port. You can see localhost 3000 port. You can open your application. Yeah, your boilerplate application is up and run now. So to start application, you can run the npm start command. Yeah, to build your React project, you can run npm run build command. Then it will generate your artifacts, the build folder. You can see now it's getting generate the build folder. Yeah, inside this build folder the build artifacts are there. You can deploy your project in any server. So you just need to copy this build folder in your server. So let's go and check what are the other files inside our boilerplate application, friends. So first, this is the build folder. The build artifacts are there. Then node module folder. All of your required packages are there. In the public folder, inside this public folder you can see the index.html. and some other favorite icons and some other logo icons and the manifest file and robots file. So let's go one by one. So favorite icon is the icon in the you can in the tab browser tab. You can in the left side you can see some icon that is favorite icon. So index file is the major file. So the real DOM reside here. So you can see in this index file there is a ID called root. Inside this div element your whole React application will render. The I will show you. So it is very important to have this index file. So yeah, there are some default configurations and imports, especially in the headers. You can see the favorite icon setup, and if you need you can change this thing. Yeah, then manifest file, you can see there's a call a file JSON file called manifest. Yeah, according to the viewport, according to the different devices, the favorite icons is getting changed in React application. So you can configure that in manifest file. So robot.txt text file, robots text file used to configure the search engine optimization settings. So you can follow or not follow any page. So you can, if you need to block any page from indexing, you can do that using this robots.txt file. Yeah, let's go to source folder. Yeah, inside this source folder the most important file is index.tsx file. Yeah, you can see in this index TypeScript XML file, you can see it's importing the React DOM. So you can see here React DOM. So then it's create a constant called root, and then it's getting the element by ID in the document called root. So as I explained, in the public folder there is a real DOM element called root. Then that mapping is happening from this index file. You can see it's get element by this root ID. Yeah, so the virtual DOM setup part, the wiring part is here. So you can see then the root render, then your default component. I mean this app is the default component. The app is now importing here. So yeah, this the below the web vital is if you need you can remove to measure performance in your application. Web vital use in the default React boilerplate. These configurations also are there. If you need you can remove if you need. So let's go to the other files. As I mentioned, the main other file is the component application component file. You can see app component, a functional component, you can see here. So inside this file my application is now up and running. So you can see there is a logo, and there are some text and link. So these things are these HTML things are inside this app component. So you can see this is the link part, so this is the logo part, this is the logo. You can see this is the logo, and the text and the below link are there. If you need, you can remove this all stuff like this. Then I will include a simple HTML h1 tag, and then I will type something, my app component. So I will save this one. So when you refresh, now you can see my change is getting reflected. So this is the basic component in the React boilerplate tab. One component are there. So the component related CSS file also there. If you need, you can delete these things. This is the index CSS file, so it's a main CSS file. So it is importing from here to the index TypeScript file. So yeah, this is the logo file, SVG version. So in here the React app environment TS file. So environment specific things goes here. So this is the web vital configuration file. These are coming by default, no need to worry about. So and also setup test configuration file is there. So React testing library by default is importing to your default boilerplate application. So you can see app.test.typescript file. So that this is the testing file. So normally you need to write your unit testing for your each and every component as a best practice. So by default you can see the React testing library configuration is there. We will go to this file. This is the gitignore file. So you know, like so build folder and node module folder, so those are ignoring. Yeah, the next file is package.json file. Actually you no need to no need to worry about this file. This is actually automatically generated for any operation where npm modifies either the node module tree or package json. So the important file is package json file. Inside this package json file you can see your all dependencies and the script and the lint configurations and things are there. So in the dependencies, the default boilerplate application, it's including the React testing library and the types version of jest, node, React and React DOM, and you can see your React version. So it is 18.2.0. that means if you go to their website, ReactJS, if you go to their website, by default it is getting the latest version. You can see now the latest version is 18.2.0. so you can see our latest version also 8.2.0. So then React DOM, React script, this is very important. So in the React script, the webpack and bubble configurations are there. So behind the scene you no need to worry about how to build this project. The all configuration are already there. You just need to run npm run build to your build project, and you just need to run npm start to start your project. So likewise, the React script is very important, so this is reusing here in the script section. So that this is the TypeScript, the version of your TypeScript and the web vitals. Yeah, in the React script, the script section, you can see our main commands based especially in the React script. To start your project, it's use npm start, so that command is there. So npm build will call the React script build. So likewise, you can add any other build command also, script command also here, especially if you have multiple environment like test, develop, and SIT kind of. There are multiple environment in practical situation. So yeah, between environments, you may need require to specific build script to write. So there, in that case, you can use your command here. You can change this configuration. So this is the ESLint configuration setup, and browser list. Yeah, this configuration and the development. Yeah, browser list configuration are there. These are the main things in package.json, especially when you install a new package. The dependency will automatically come here. Yeah, this is the readme file. The default readme file is there. You can change this if you need. Normally readme file is it's when you commit your code in the git, the repository, the default, you can see some instruction. So these instructions are there. If you need, you can change these things. So a TypeScript config JSON file, there are configuration related to TypeScript. If you need, you can change. So friends, this is the basic boilerplate application files and things I have explained. So yeah, let's move to our presentation slide again. Yeah, we have run these all commands. Now inside this slide also it's mentioned like under the hood when you build a React project, and when you start a React project, it's use Bubble and Webpack. So behind the scene, but you no need to worry about these things. Yeah, we'll move to the next slide. So in this slide, it's explaining the project folder structure. So there are no specific rule to follow, but in this screenshot there are some basic folders in a normal project. It's explaining like in this folder structure. So inside source folder, there is a folder called actions. You can keep your actions files. You have, if you have API related stuff configuration, you can maintain an API folder. Likewise, assets folder, components folder, you can include your all components, and config folder and constant folder. And in this example, there is a data folder and i18 folder. Normally we are using for the localization, and this sample project is using Redux. So you can see the reducer, saga, and store, and also the actions are there. So likewise, this is a sample folder structure. You can, if you need, you can follow this structure in your projects, but no need to follow the same structure, but this is just for an example. So this is very important. Use proper naming convention for your files and folder. So basically the folder use normally lowercase letter with a dash separator in the naming, and the file naming normally use camel case. So for example, workers form, you can see it start from simple and the second word start from capital. So likewise, components names usually use Pascal case. So Pascal case means it's starting from a capital letter, and then the next word also start with capital letter. So likewise, method names you normally use camel case, so start with simple again and then start with capital. So these are the basic thing. Before you start a React project, you better to know this basic stuff. So in this slide, before we start a sample, first you need to divide your screen into components. So for example, this is a sample page of Instagram. You can see in this page there are multiple components. So logo component, search component, navigation component, the profile image component, the profile detail component, and the post list component. Likewise, your UX designing, you need to break into reusable components. So that is very easy to identify the reusable component by looking the user experience design or the image file. So first you need to identify what are the reusable components in your design by looking at your design. So then you can start with your project. So in this screenshot, that representation is there. And this slide, it's explaining the difference between JavaScript and JavaScript XML and TypeScript XML. So yeah, you need to learn how to use JSX, that's mean JavaScript XML, and TSX mean the TypeScript version of XML. So this syntax you need to learn. In our sample project, we use TypeScript in future, so you need to learn about TypeScript XML. Yeah, so JSX stands for JavaScript XML, and JSX allows you to write HTML in React files. So JSX make it easier to write and add HTML code in your JavaScript file. So basically, TSX is a TypeScript XML is a combination of ECMAScript 5 plus 6 with some additional features. So it's better to use TypeScript XML version because you will have more benefit by using TypeScript XML version. So in our sample project, I am going to develop a sample project, simple project in a future tutorial. So we are using TypeScript to develop our sample project. Yeah, that's all about today's lesson. If you have any question, please comment in the below comment section. So I am very happy to answer you all questions. Thanks for watching my videos. See you with the next lesson. Bye bye.